Hello, welcome back. All right, I'm in a hotel room. I'm out of town with my husband for work, and I have been working at the desk, and this chair continues to fall down. Like randomly will drop me. So if you guys see me like go from here to here or like slowly start slinking, that's what's happening. I figured I would take this time that I have with quiet, waiting on him to get finished with whatever he's doing. There's a weird shadow here. I apologize. I don't know what's going on. I thought that I would go ahead and make a video because there was something, of course, I was thinking about. Normally my videos are geared toward things that are on my mind or things that I have been talking to other people about or things that I've just been trying to work on with myself. Oh my word. It's gonna keep falling. So this is kind of a continuation of last week's discipline video. We've kind of done a little something like this before, but I feel the chair just but I just wanted to like kind of give some more specifics. So I hope I'm not going to do this the whole time because that'll get on my nerves. But anyway, discipline. Okay, so today I'm talking about working through all the reasons why we think it's okay to not maintain that discipline. So a lot of those things, there's every day is like something else, like it's like a holiday, or you have a visitor come over, or you just had a bad day, or whatever. Every day we could find an excuse why not to be disciplined, why not to maintain the habits that we are trying to instill. So I have been thinking a lot about practical ways to kind of work through some of those situations. So I'm going to share that. I'm going to try to keep this concise. I'm going to try to keep this short, but I do hope that it will help somebody. It has helped me. The first time that I was really confronted with this as an issue was last year. My daughter was in the hospital with MISC after having COVID, and I was literally faced with the option. I was stuck in the room because my daughter was COVID positive, so we were not able to leave the room. Luckily, my husband and myself were able to be there, but we kind of were just stuck there. And I was faced with the option of eating whatever I want to. They were willing to bring food. We had friends that were willing to bring food in, and sitting around and watching TV, or, actually still maintaining what I was trying to do. My daughter was in bad shape, and I had a lot of stress. Heavens to Betsy. I had a lot of stress, and so I had a lot of excuses. Like I had a lot of reasons why I could just go ahead and just, I'm in a stressful situation. I'm going to eat what I want to. I'm just going to sit here and watch TV. And I knew that emotionally, that was not going to do anything for me. Physically, it was not going to do anything for me. And I knew that in order for me to do what was best for my daughter and to be alert and aware and ready for whatever happened, I needed to take care of myself. So I had to make the choice of, I'm going to choose the right food options. I'm going to still exercise in this tiny little hospital room, that kind of thing. So, and since then, it has been a lot easier for me to make that decision to, to work through that, whatever situation that is, to maintain what I'm trying to do. So, and she was in the hospital for no small thing. It was life-threatening. And so I know what I'm talking about here. I know that it's difficult, but I know that it can be done and you will benefit in the end. So that is where this has come from for me. That's why I'm passionate about this, because I know that in tough situations, it's easy for us to let go of our good habits that we're trying to instill. I've heard a lot of people say, I just can't focus on my weight right now. I don't want to worry about what I'm eating. I have a lot going on. My response to that is that there's always going to be something going on. There's always going to be some reason why you can't or why you shouldn't. And in my opinion, especially if you're dealing with food addiction, you're thinking about food all the time anyway. So you may as well be thinking about finding a healthier option, or what calories you're putting in your body. I mean, eventually you're going to think about, you're going to be thinking about it. So you may as well think about it from a positive standpoint, or from something that's going to benefit you, rather than, what next meal you're going to have is, what pizza you want or whatever. You know what I'm saying? So like, I feel like food and weight is always going to be on your mind regardless. So you may as well take it from a positive point than a negative one, or food that will benefit you versus food that will not. Let me put my chair up. Oh my Lord. Okay, so I'm going to start with vacation, because that's something that we have dealt with recently. Not vacation for us, but just being out of town, being at a hotel. It's very easy to be in a new place and want to try foods and, and just kind of go a little wild with it. And there's two options that I like for this. So if you're out of town for a few days, or if you're on vacation for a few days, then I like to pick one day that's going to be my high point day. If there's a certain food that I want to try while I'm there, I'm going to try to do it on that day. If there is a high calorie thing, like that's going to be the day. Is I'm going to do one day where track it still, do your best to track it, but that one day that you are going to kind of eat whatever, and or eat the things that you're really looking forward to on that trip. Also, the second option is just to do one meal. So like last night for us, our big meal was pizza. We had pizza, and everything else for the rest of the day was pretty low point, and I knew we were probably going to end up ordering pizza late at night. So, and we did. So that was what took up most of my points. So if you can choose one day or one meal, preferably one meal if you can, for that to be your high point meal, that's not going to throw you off. I mean, I'm not saying to just, not have any, fun, I guess, when it comes to food. I'm not saying that. I'm just saying this is about setting boundaries. This is about knowing that it's one day. Like, I'm on vacation for a week. I can still, no, I'm not, as an example, I wish. As an example, I'm on vacation for a week. I can walk during the week. I can eat healthy foods during the week. And I'll just take that one day that will, eat donuts or whatever. I don't know. So anyway, just to line up some boundaries there, and to know that you're not going to spend that whole 5-7 day vacation eating terribly. You're not going to feel any better. I guarantee you're not going to feel any better. Your vacation will not have any more quality because you ate, 3,000 calories and ate junk. It's just, I'm sorry, you're just not going to feel any better. In my opinion, I don't know. Do you? Okay, so that's for vacation. Now, for sickness, if there's sickness, whether you're dealing with someone else's sickness, like helping somebody, or if you're sick yourself, for us, when we had COVID last year, we had people bringing us food all of the time, and it was wonderful. And I did have to start setting some boundaries for myself, because I'm like, okay, somebody brought us cookies and somebody brought us brownies, and just to know that this is there's stress that's involved with sickness. So just to know that I have to have a boundary here. What is my boundary going to be? Where is the line that I'm going to set for myself? So again, my thing is if there's a day where you just want to veg out and food is your comfort, which I've got opinions about that too, but then take that one day, take that one meal, and kind of treat it the same way. Same thing for hard days or emotional days. I know I can do well all day long because I'm busy, and then when Brandon gets home and he's able to take care of the kids, I'm like, okay, I'm just gonna eat whatever, because I'm stressed, I don't want to think about it, yada yada yada, all of those reasons. And so well, for one, we really need to get away from this using food as our comfort, using food as I've had a hard day and this is going to relax me. There are 1,000 other ways you can relax that don't include filling your body with foods that are not nice to it. So if we can find something else, if you had a hard day, for myself, when Brandon walks through the door now, let me just say here, let me give a disclaimer. These are things that I have struggled with for years and that I continue to struggle with. They are getting better for me and I'm moving toward progress, but I'm not the know-it-all. I don't have it all perfect. I'm not. I'm 100% not. I'm just striving for better, like all of us should be. So at the end of a hard day, he walks in the door and I'm going to say, hey, I'm going to go for a couple bike miles. I'm going to go for a walk. Whatever. It's normally something like that, because that is the thing that's going to help me to kind of relax, help me to reset for the evening. And so I know that, hey, I've done my walk or I've done my bike miles. I'm going to come back in. I'm going to get some water. I'm going to get something that's going to fuel my body. And then that exercise, that sunshine, all of that is so helpful when it comes to emotions, or just emotions, to emotions, or just, a hard day. So finding that is my tip there, is finding something else. If it's not, don't go and automatically veg out in front of the TV with a big plate of pasta or whatever. Get a walk first, because a walk is going to reset you. It's going to be like, okay, I'm doing something good for my body. For the rest of the night, I want to do something good for my body. And it's so helpful to kind of get yourself back on track. You come back from that walk and you're like, okay, I'm ready to eat something good for me. So that's, I think, just to handle those hard days in a different way. And there literally are thousands of ways to help with those emotions and those hard days. The next one is having visitors to your home. So when we have visitors to our home, my husband likes to smoke food. So he will smoke. We will make a meal plan, and he will normally smoke most of the meals, and then I will just do sides. So I used to be a little self-conscious about having people over, because I'm like, well, I eat this certain way. I use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, and all of those, just different things that I do that other people might not do. And it used to make me a little bit self-conscious. Now when I have people over, I embrace it, and I'm like, let me use this as an opportunity to show somebody else that there is a really great way to eat that is so delicious. And so anyway, just using that as an opportunity to influence somebody else, and to say, hey, we use Greek yogurt instead of sour cream, and that might be the first time they ever try that. And most people don't even notice, if I just set it out on the counter, they don't even notice that they're eating Greek yogurt instead of sour cream. But it's a little harder when you're going to visit somebody else's house. I normally will kind of get a good idea. Like if it's my mom or my brother, I'm like, what are you guys planning for food? And I know you can't ask that for everyone you go visit, because you may not feel that comfortable. But just to kind of, maybe if you're able to have a good idea of what they're going to eat, and then kind of plan that around, what you're eating for breakfast, what you're eating for snacks. I like to take snacks. I like to take snacks to my mom's house and to my brother's house, because I just know that if I'm hungry, I've got something there that's going to sustain me. I also take protein shakes and just use those with coffee or whatever. So if you can just have something in your bag. Right now in my bag, I have 3 protein shakes and a protein bar. Like, I'm ready. I'm ready. But so anyway, visiting someone else's house, just kind of get a good idea of the plan, and just bring some of your own snacks. Like, don't be snooty, but just do your best. Just set a boundary and do your best. But having visitors to your house can be a really great opportunity for you to kind of show them how you're eating now, and and maybe give them some good ideas, and maybe they'll make a change. Who knows? Okay, the last 2 are holidays. Okay, Thanksgiving is one day. Christmas is one day. It's not a whole week. We can do all the festivities and all of that stuff, but I feel like Thanksgiving and Christmas, those are huge meals, and they're meals that we as a culture just overdo. And so totally fine, but there needs to be a boundary. So many times for some people, a lot of people, myself in on some years, Christmas starts on right after Thanksgiving and then doesn't end until New Year's. So we just kind of eat all we want to for December. Christmas is not all of December. Christmas dinner does not last all of December. So if you can set the boundary of, I'm going to eat, Christmas food on Christmas. And listen, this is just what you want to do. Like, you take this and you do it, you do how it works for you. Because if you want to eat all of December, you know, the Christmas cookies and the breads and all of that stuff, you go for it. I'm just saying, if for myself and for if you want to be successful and not have to lose 10 Christmas pounds, then this might work for you. So I know it sounds like I'm just being like kind of harsh about it. I mean, ask Hannah, she has to deal with me all the time, but I'm not. I'm just saying that this could work for you. You could kind of gain that mindset of Christmas is just one day. And Thanksgiving is one day, and you might set a boundary for, you know, the next 2 days we'll eat Thanksgiving food. There are also some really good lower calorie, lower point options for Thanksgiving and Christmas food that taste really well. Also, when you're making those plates, start out with the things you absolutely know you want to eat. And then you'll kind of fill yourself up on those things, and then you may not go back for that second plate or whatever because you're satisfied. So don't feel like you got to take a little bit of everything just because it's there. Just start out with the things that you really know that you want to experience for Christmas and Thanksgiving. It's just some pointers. And then the last one is social function. So it's very easy for all of these things. It's very easy for us to say, well, this is a special day, or this is going on, or this is going on. It's so easy. And there's always a million things. We live in America where there's always something going on and some kind of food around us. All of our parties, holidays, celebrations, sadnesses, all of those are centered just around food. So it is very easy for us to say, well, this day is special or different because of XYZ. For social functions, it's very easy for us to go out with our friends. We're feeling good. We're gonna, you know, order whatever we want off the menu, or we're gonna eat whatever we want off the table. And it's all about setting boundaries. Like, where are your boundaries? Don't go off of my boundaries. Where are your boundaries? Because my boundaries are, I'm going to generally stay away from any kind of cake, but that's easy because I do not like cake. And I used to love it. So if you've seen in previous videos, but I've actually gotten to a point where I really just dislike it. Now give me some cookies or brownies any day. But I will avoid the cake. I will not eat the cake just because it's a celebration. I'm just not gonna do that. I'm not gonna eat something because I'm expected to eat it. So I will start out my plate with fruits and vegetables, and then go from there. And if there's something else that I want, my sister-in-law had a baby shower. I started the plate with fruits and vegetables, and then I added a little bit of sausage and cheese and crackers. And by the time that I was done with that first plate, I was pretty satisfied. So anyway, I think that my whole point here is just to find a boundary that works for you and stick to it. And just not every day is a special day. That sounds bad. Make every day special, but not every day is a day for you to just throw out everything that you've been working for. There's always going to be a reason why you shouldn't or why you don't want to. So find the boundaries that work for you. I had mentioned that in my last video, where you find a standard or a boundary and you hold yourself accountable to stick to that. So anyway, that is all. I know that sounds like super harsh. I'm like hearing myself, and I promise you, I don't mean it that way. We're all very gentle with ourselves sometimes, and I feel like that leads us to not be quite as successful as we could be. Don't hate me, love me still. This is just real talk. So anyway, I am going to end this now. There's a couple things that I'm trying to do to be productive this morning. So whoop whoop for me. I got one checked off the list. If you like this video, then like this video, and then comment and subscribe and share and all of those things. And thank you for watching. We'll see you next time. Bye.